12, 13. My family have been known to social services. My mum was in care. She got failed by the system. They know who I am. They know what I'm like. They know me. There was then for them to present to me in court as well paperwork which only their files prove a complete different person. So they've got my files from when I was in care. They've got my files from when they took my son. Two completely different people, but they've made them files themselves. That was my first bit of help from them, really. Yeah, because they'd proved such a different person to the person that they'd helped and supported or whatever. They never did. I've gone through every bit of paperwork, pointing out every fault, every error, everything I could to try and, yeah, anyway, went on for months. I didn't get believed, I didn't get listened to. No one listened, no one believed me. They gave bear in mind, they know me, they know my beliefs and how I am as a person. So they knew I didn't believe in immunisations. They knew I did not believe in injections. My son being in care, he got all of his immunisations illegally. They'd changed contracts illegally. She had cancelled contact for me and said that I hadn't turned up. The amount of lies and it turns my stomach. What they had, you can just imagine the lies they had in their paperwork about me. And what gets me the most is how thick could they have been? I had the proof, I had the evidence in their system. Are they that thick? It was all in the proof was in their system. Apart from then saying I've got a dirty home, poo on my walls, I don't feed my son, he's underweight, and all this other rubbish, which whoever knows me knows is not true. I mean, I've always had a nice home. My home was lovely since I moved in here. My son's never gone without. He's never, absolute ridiculous. And yeah, it went on for months and months and months. Nobody would listen to me. I lost my family, I lost my friends. I become suicidal every day, waking up, just going out of my mind. No one believing me, thinking, how can they lie like this? And how can people believe them? How can people read this in court? It gives me a headache to even try and think about what they did and what they said. It was so wrong. In the end, I didn't know what to do. I had no clue what to do. I had to keep a diary. I blocked myself off from social services. They tried to say I didn't turn up to meetings that I didn't even get letters in the post for. They completely left me out of it. Anyway, come my final hearing, I've been completely written off. My son's dad has been completely written off. See, there's even more I've not said. In this time, they'd told my son's dad he was going to get him back. He could get full custody if he went against me, so they turned him against me. That was first of all. This is just such a mess. I've not even said it right. I'm so sorry. Yeah, they just fucked me right over. Made sure I was not in question. Made my son's dad believe he had him. My family had faith in my son's dad. He had faith in the system. No one believed me. I was alone. Then luckily, I had all my paperwork. Yeah, I went crazy. I went fucking crazy. Days I'd wake up and I'd do nothing but beat the shit out of myself, punching myself in the face over and over again, going out of my mind. It sends you crazy. And so no doubt, when my brother came round one day, I'd begged and begged and begged, please read my paperwork, please read my evidence. Someone's got to see it. Someone's got to hear me. He come round, took one look at me and said he was going to call the mental health unit and have me sectioned. I'm really sorry. I was fine. There was nothing wrong with me. I was just trying to be heard and be listened to. Where, you can imagine, I mean, I looked to stay. I went days and days without washing and bathing, the same clothes. It was just, I was a completely different person. So yeah, I probably did look fucking crazy to anyone that saw me. And I had a breakdown. My brother said I was going to get sectioned. I rang my cousin and I said, look, please, no one is listening to me. This is my last chance. I need somebody to read my evidence. I need somebody to listen to me. My auntie come round the same day and she read it and she looked at me and she said, Cheyenne, she said, they need to listen to you. They need to hear this. So she's got hold of my brother still. I'm still crazy, still this, still that, whatever. I was just happy to have somebody there in my presence. I was so alone, had nobody, not one person apart from my boyfriend, who, bless him, I was only with him a month before this happened, so he didn't know what to think, he didn't know what to do, he didn't know who to believe. We was together for just a month, but he did, he stood by me and supported me, because he was there, obviously, he saw everything what they did each day, day in, day out. So ill. And then one day, still didn't get listened to. I emailed my solicitor saying, you need to see this. I dropped all my evidence off to his office and left it there. He didn't even look at it. Then I thought, this is all I can do. There's a poet called George the Poet, and he inspired me to write a poem about how I felt and what I went through and how I was feeling. So I did that. I wrote a poem, sent it to everybody I needed to send it to. And it weren't just any old poem. I'm quite good at poetry, so the way I worded it, it was a touching poem. It hit the right people where it needed to hit the right people. Left my flat one day, and there was a manager, social worker, downstairs, and I thought, whoa, stay away from me. I said, I'll see you in court. I don't want any more to do with any of you lot. I'll see you in court. And she said, Shine, I'm here to talk to you. And I said, look, I was so ill, I was so sick, I was so mentally done in from it all. I said, I haven't got it in me, I just want to go to court, I'll see you in court. And then she said, right, are you sure you don't want to talk to me? I said, I'm sure, I don't want to talk to you. Went to court, and my final hearing, bear in mind up to this point my son was placed for adoption, they'd found him a potential family. I'd been still, up at this point in court, made out to be crazy and an alcoholic. I don't even drink. I smoke weed, which I admitted the whole way through, but they tried to make out like it was a smackhead weed habit. Never. You can't even, it's not even like that when you smoke weed anyway, as people do know. But got made out to be something I completely wasn't. Didn't get to prove myself at all. Then in court, the judge, my solicitor read my poem, the Guardian read my poem, and I think they knew from then they was pretty fucked. I don't even know if I've explained this properly. I'm so sorry if it's not come out right, if I've not explained it right. But yeah, my son was placed for adoption. We got sent out of court on my final hearing. No decision was made. Called back in half an hour later, and I couldn't believe it. It had completely turned around. They, the judge, in all his words, told off social services. It's such a mess. Yeah. They got found out. I got listened to, and the judge ordered for me to be placed back with my son just as soon as possible. And we get placed into a mother and baby unit to get our bond back for 8 weeks, which I did. There was no concerns, there was no risks, nothing. The woman I was living with was saying, I don't know why you're here, I don't understand why your son got taken off of you. I lived with you for 8 weeks and I've seen how you are, and not one concern, nothing at all. And that was in March. I've been home since April this year with my son. We're meant to be on a supervision order from social services for support and help. Obviously, it's really, really messed us up. I'm in debt, I've got a criminal record, emotionally and mentally, really messed me up. My son, I can't have people knock on the door without him screaming, running towards me with fear in his face. It's got a bit better now, but still when people knock, he doesn't cry anymore, but he's scared, he's silent. From the minute someone knocks on the door, he's absolute silent, and he'll just run to me and hide under the blanket or wherever he can hide. Whenever I leave him somewhere at nursery or wherever, he thinks I'm not coming back. I hate to say it, but even now, we're in August and we still haven't got the bond back. We still haven't got it back. Sometimes we'll be sat in the room, sorry. Sometimes it will feel like I'm sat in the room with a stranger. And I know he feels it as well. I know he does. I can't even explain. I really thought I could do a video and try and explain everything, and I just can't. It's probably not even come out right. It's all messed up. But the point of the video was I got my son back, and I know there's so many people out there that don't get their kids back once it's gone like this. Sometimes for the right reasons, yeah, but from what I've seen, for the wrong reasons. It is so for the wrong reasons. Nobody can tell me. At first I thought this is just when the first things started happening, this is just a lack of communication. I thought, no way. The amount of cases I've seen exactly the same as mine, that have happened in the same sort of way mine has happened, oh, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. How I got my son back, I really don't know. All the writing, my poem, I don't know. Maybe it was because they'd realised they'd messed up so much, it was time just to give up, and the only way they could do it was giving my son back. I don't know. But it can be done if it can be done. It's not gone how I wanted it to go. I don't feel like I've said what I've wanted to say. I don't feel like I've given